And so Nip, when I first met Nip, he was selling incense.
Yeah, so the actual brand, the name of the brand obviously is the Marathon, and it just stands for endurance. It stands for staying down. It stands for like not quitting, accepting the ups and downs of whatever game you commit yourself to and riding it out, you feel me? Because, you know, that's the reality of, you know, success or greatness, that it come with a roller coaster ride, you know? So I think that anybody could apply the Marathon concept to what they do. It's my area, this is where I grew up at. It's really like where I spent a lot of my time as a youth. Our neighborhood basically go from like Slauson to Florence. A lot of people got killed out here on these streets, right here on 63rd, Victoria, Hyde Park, Bryanhurst. This building right here, we call these the cages. And this is where, you know, niggas are going in the back of these buildings and get put on the hood. Niggas would come back here and fight all day. You know, if you wanted to be from this shit, you had to come fight. And if you didn't know nobody and nobody respected you, or you didn't have that motor in you that they wanted to see, you got treated bad back here. I came in kind of raw. I came in gangbanging my area with all my homies in the video on Crenshaw and Slauson. You know, it's important that we, you know, keep what we had going and also, you know, execute what we started, finish what we started. So he set up a table on this bus stop right here on Crenshaw and Slauson, and basically he was selling t-shirts and socks on parole on a table. You know what I mean? Every day you drive down Slauson, you see my brother in the middle of the street making his sales.
Here in this parking lot, getting it every day. We had our table set up right here. Probably like 3 days in a row, police came, pulled up, took all our shit. We went back, read up. They pulled up again, took all our shit. The third time they put us in cuffs. Put me in cuffs, put Fats in cuffs. We like, man, what's going on, man? We trying to make some money, man. It was a black officer. We like, man, we all black, man. Shut the fuck up. That's what he's telling us. If y'all want to sell something right here, what y'all gonna have to do is do like the tax-paying citizens and go open up a store and lease it and pay rent and sell something out of the shop. Took all our shit. He uncuffed me. He didn't take us to jail and he left. We sitting down on this curb right here, me and my nigga Fats. Just like, fuck, man, what do we do? Everything's gone. You know, we keep taking a loss. Look up, across the street. It's high-speed tax service right now. That was the first Slauson Tees. Right when we look up across the street, was a big-ass for lease sign. That was it right there. That's what we had to do. That was God telling us that's what we need to do. We need to be in that lot. We need to pay some rent. Stop getting harassed by these police. That's the beginning.
So come on, man, follow me. Yeah, so you know, originally, we had this location right here. It was called Slauson Tees. We didn't have these two corners of this third space. We was operating out of this space right here.
I'd already amassed, like I had two little brothers in private school. I had so many pieces of property all over the place trying to pay for that. Mm-hmm. So now I'm stuck with all this debt monthly. It's like, shit. I gotta do something. I gotta figure something out. So it was to the hustle. And what I knew best was the gun. Yeah. So it was like basically, my irrational thought was to rob the dope dealers.
The tour. So Sony give us like 90 bands. Money, we weren't making no money then. So then we cake 20 off the top, me, Steve, and Nip. And we got 70. The homie like, shit, you ain't gotta give me nothing, just get it registered and get the insurance on it. Little did we know, once we re-registered it, it put it back on a hot list. Oh. But he been on the run 12 years. I only been home 3. So there's no way I could have been involved in what he was going on. But when the feds seen the bus moving, his son was on the bus. They tracking all that shit. They tracking all that shit. They hit us. We going up through Oregon. We get all the paperwork. They took the motherfucking radiator cap off, took the motherfucker apart, stuck us in, I can't remember where we was for 3 days. They took the motherfucking scan it from the router to the tutor, found what they wanted on it, put it back together, gave it to us. I flew back home. When I fly home, we get hit.
Always got to take out of the, this how you were holding with me.
Yeah, Hussle TV, we getting it in right now, man. We in Salt Lake City, Utah. We on a tour bus, you feel me? This how we getting it, my nigga. This is lunch and dinner right now. 12-hour highway rides and all that, feel me? Bullshit bean dip out the can. Bullshit stew, feel me? Both ends of the bread, like your boy Wilmer and Fred. Hey. like my main man Doggy Dog say, cuz. Little bullshit, honey, can we get in it though, man? What's going on? Nothing but the best, man. You know, this is dessert, my nigga. We gonna get to these on the stage and all that. Getting it in though, my nigga. You already know, Hussle TV. It's the update, man. Hussle used to come bump us up and kick us out and take us to jail all the time and all that. And basically, once we got our money up, we got the shop. Before we got the shop, you know, I invested in the studio equipment. Before I got my equipment, I had bought a gang of like, you know, cars, rims, jewelry, shit like that. And I was indulging in that real heavy. But I always knew, based on me starting so early in the music, you know what I mean, that I wanted to get back into the music. And I felt like that was really my calling and what I was here to do. But I looked, I said, all right, boom, I finished the interview. 6-0, I hop up, and the nigga over there like, hey, you say you from 6-0? I hop up like, yeah, I'm from Rolling 60 Crib. Cuz like, oh, that's right. Like, yeah, my folks do this. You feel me? Like, I guess his peoples was from Harlem 30s or something. I'm like, all right, show the 60s though. The other nigga said again, like, yeah, like, I get money, B. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We niggas just flash so big on cuz. 6-0, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It's 60 Crib. Nigga on Rolling 60, you don't give a fuck about it in a second. Draws went over there, got his gloves on. What's up, there? Yeah, so we right here, Crenshaw and Slauson. Take a walk with me. I'm gonna just walk through the lot with you and talk real quick. How many fights I done had in this parking lot, I can't count, man. How many fights Fats had, my brother had, we can't count. How many, you know, incidents with the police.
Oh, shit.
When I left the music industry, me and Nipsey had a fallout. He had my equipment, and I wanted to use my equipment. He got mad because I got my equipment back.
Brought my grocery bag of cash straight to Black Sam. He matched the nigga. Next day we went to Sam Ash. He bought a Pro Tools and a microphone. Studio was far from plush, but them lights was on. Couple $100,000 stashed at my mama's home. Real estate in Atlanta, but ain't nobody know.
And that's when our conflict started. I ended up getting the equipment back and said I'm gonna move it right here at my shop on 43rd and Crenshaw. And then everybody can get there all the time. Nip, you can get to when you want to. So he got mad. He's supposed to make a diss song about me.
You know, some things just got to be said. Marathon music. Look, you don't got a clue for what you wanna do. I'm busy getting rich, you think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. But look, they don't got a clue of what I've been through. Nigga ain't had no trust funds or eat off no silver spoons. Nigga ain't had no peace inside my house until I moved. And I damn sure can't recall having no exit route in you.
Well, I ain't no rapper, I'm a scrapper. So, we end up having to come talk about that.
On March 18, 2011, at about 2:30 p.m., two patrol officers in response to a radio call were investigating a fight between gang members in a parking lot at Crenshaw Boulevard and Slauson Avenue. When the officers arrived, they saw about 10 gang members fighting and heard gunfire. They also noticed one of the fighters, 29-year-old Samuel Asgadam, was in possession of a gun. Moments later, when Asgadam spotted the officers, he pointed his gun toward them, and an officer-involved shooting occurred. The suspect was not struck by gunfire and then submitted to arrest without further resistance. Additional officers began arriving at the scene and detained some of the individuals who were fighting. No officers or suspect were injured during the incident, and Asgadam's loaded semi-automatic pistol was recovered at the location.
How many fights I done had in this parking lot, I can't count, man. How many fights Fats had, my brother had, we can't count. How many, you know, incidents with the police right here. Let me show you something. So, you know, if you look where Ant's standing right there, that's where my brother was standing, you know, and if you look where, let me show you, standing about right here. You know, this is where the police was busting from. And police is trained shooters. Police don't miss. And you know, he busting like this in a full clip. And he didn't hit my brother at all.
Niggas done stood tall in this lot, done opened up businesses, done fought, and got shot at.
You know, my brother had, you know, caught a case, went down for a few years. when he came home, you know, he did like 3 years with 80%. And when he came home, you know, he had a little money saved up. I had a couple dollars when he touched down. We put our bread together. And the first thing he said is, I want to get this spot again. You know, I want to get back where we was at.
And when I get back, they hit our house because they trying to track everything. They hit 21 people's houses. They hit my house, and then they find all kind of shit in the house. So you know, in any black person's house, there's some burners in that motherfucker.
Shooting took place that night. You know, a big fight took place. And a week later, I remember my grandma telling me, was you at the gas station that night? No, I wasn't at the gas station. All right, I was at the Black Club. The police said they got everything on tape. Oh yeah, damn. A week later, the whole hood got raided. And 15, 16 people ended up getting real time. 55 years with an L behind that.
Niggas that hate me had they feet up on the couch, and then we made it out, and now we standing here. Hope niggas don't think this type of shit gon' magically appear. If so, I got some news for you. They say life's a bitch, and sing the blues to you. Pay attention to hustle, I got the rules for you. Made my way through the maze, and I left some clues for you. Now it's up to you, are you gone? Take heed and get paid, and scream all money in until your dying day. Say fuck the middleman, get on your grind and save. Or are you more the type to have your mind enslaved? They telling me they believe, and I got style for days. And when I do drop an album, they'll be proud to pay. Still out here on this mission, and I'm miles away. Somehow I feel like recently I found my way.